Vice President of the Music Institute of Chicago, my colleague, Matt Baresi, who will be emceeing tonight. I just wanted to say a few words of welcome and a little bit about Families in Concert. So first of all, it's an opportunity to see the scope of what our students can do, from the absolute littles to the adults, from soloists to ensembles, all different kinds of instruments and different kinds of music as well. So you don't usually get to see everything mashed up together, so it's a really special occasion in that regard. It's also a fundraiser, and the idea is very simple. It's just families helping other families who might need a little help with their music education. And for MIC, I always think of it in a certain way. It's not just bricks and mortar, but I feel like we are kind of cradling the teaching, making that possible, this place and the performances, our community programs. So supporting MIC is supporting the students almost directly. So I really appreciate that. I just tried this backstage and it works, I can promise you. So if you are inclined to do so, we of course would really appreciate your contribution. Any amount, very, very, very greatly appreciated. So I know you will enjoy this concert. It will steal your hearts. And I'm going to toss it to my friend, Matt Baresi. Thanks for coming, everyone.
Thank you, Mark. As Mark said, this is a great day for coming together. We're going to come together to celebrate high-quality music teaching, high-quality music teachers. We're going to celebrate extremely virtuosic performance and high-quality learning. We're going to celebrate these learners. And we're going to come together to do it because music can be something that sometimes we practice in solitude or across our many campuses or in a little practice room by ourselves, or we listen to with our earbuds all by our lonesome, or we compose in our huts and our garrets. But music is a gift that is best given in person. So for all of us to come together for this celebration of this slice of the human experience, I think is a really wonderful thing. And in the spirit of sharing, we want to share it not just with the folks who are in this beautiful hall today, but with people outside. So note that. So let's just walk through it in case in case you're not a fan of the boops and beeps. So you take out your phone and your program, and you see the QR code. So the black square on the front of the program and on the back of the program. If you open your camera and you point it at the black square, you'll get a little link that will appear at the front of your camera, and that will take you to the website. And you can send that link via SMS, via email, to people who are home who you would like to have watch this concert today. Now, if you don't want to follow the QR code, or if your phone doesn't do that, you can go directly to micfamilies.swell.gives. That's micfamilies.swell.gives. One more time, micfamilies.swell.gives. That's the URL. You can send that to anybody. They'll be able to go and watch this live for free. They'll also be able to give on our Swell page. So if they want to make a donation in someone's name, someone, perhaps a student, perhaps someone that's passed, they can do that there. They can also purchase raffle tickets. So you probably saw on your way in the fabulous raffle packages that are available. Those are still for sale right now. So if you slip out between numbers and you want to take a look, purchase some more tickets, you're welcome to do that. And the folks at home can buy those as well. So we encourage you to do so. All right, now I want to get out of the way and get to the music, but there's some folks that I want to thank beforehand. We'd like to gratefully acknowledge the people who put this together. It's quite an endeavor, and a lot of people work very hard to make today possible. I want to thank our concert host committee, Kathy Nordmeyer, and MIC trustees, Renee Parquette and Zal Usiskin. I'd also like to thank the MIC trustees and folks who supported this, including an anonymous supporter, thank you, Anon, Carlos Cardenas, Mark George, Alexandra Nichols, Courtney Hollahan, Barbara Serrata, Leanne Stoddard, Scott Verschure, Audra Wilson, Dave Zampa, Tao Zhu, and all of MIC senior staff, because 100% of the senior staff supported Families in Concert today. So if I could have our co-chairs and our committee and our trustees and any senior leadership in the house, could you please stand and be acknowledged? We would love to give you applause. Our co-chairs, our trustees, our senior leadership, thank you very, very much. Thank you. Thank you for the generosity of your time and your effort and your treasure that has made this come together. The last folks I want to thank is all of you, the MIC faculty who are here, the students who are here, and of course the families who truck the students to their lessons, who make them practice, which is maybe the hardest thing of all, I know. Thank you for making this day come together. All right. Let's see. I want you to stay till the very end, because at the very end we're going to pull our raffle names. We've got 4 prizes to give out, and everybody's going to get a sweet treat from Bon Bon Bakery, so make sure to stick around for that. Now, as I introduce this next group, there's a whole bunch of them, and so I want to have them come out. Could the Third Coast Suzuki String Cellists please come out on stage as I introduce them? Here they come, they're adorable. Folks, this is the Third Coast Suzuki Strings. This is their 2nd year in Evanston. Now, for several years, we've had a Third Coast Suzuki program in Chicago, but now we have one in Evanston as well. The Chicago contingent has been a wonderful success story. They have 15 violinists down there. Cello began last year with 15 cellos, and thanks to generous donors, we are adding 15 more. So, a big victory for our Third Coast Suzuki String program. Let's introduce these folks. So, and it was over 50 years ago that Shinichi Suzuki developed his mother tongue technique, if you're wondering what Suzuki technique is. He took language acquisition techniques as well as parental affection and added it to, and created a system for learning that is the Suzuki system. So the Chicago Suzuki Institute, which is hosted by Music Institute of Chicago, has been going strong for quite some time, and this is our Third Coast program. We want to thank the Suzuki donors, the Paul M. Angel Foundation, William Harris Lee, McCormick YMCA, Dr. Scholl, St. John the 23rd Parish, and the Wallace Foundation for making this possible. Today, here are our leaders, Bianca Davila de Prado and Philip Lee. Give them a round of applause. Thank you. Lisa Silverman is our collaborative pianist on the keys. If you would give her a round of applause as well. And these folks, Leon Becerra, Kelsey Becerra, Elise Cerachero Rosas, Haley Cerachero Rosas, Luis Cotto, Lucas Gonzalez, Sofia Gonzalez, Joshua Kimsel Perez, Quetzalan Kitchell, Emery Lopez, Luciano Murillo Leon, Julieta Murillo Leon, Luna Murillo Leon, Alexandra Mateos, and Zaid Mateos. Please give a big round of applause. They're going to stay on stage for just a moment, and I'd like to bring out another guest. I would love for Lavi Huang, another cellist, to come out on the stage so that we can see some of the progress that's been made through Suzuki technique on the cello. As Lavi comes out, I'd like to introduce her. She is a student of Avi Friedlander in the Suzuki program, and she is the recipient of the Ilan Hurtado Scholarship, which was given in loving memory of Ilan Hurtado, who was an enthusiastic young Suzuki cello player who tragically passed away at age 9. But thanks to the Five Purple Oranges Foundation, Ilan's joy from cello, his love of Suzuki technique and Suzuki cello can be carried on to promising new students. And Ilan's mother, Judy Haddad, is with us in the house tonight. Judy, thank you very much for this meaningful legacy. A round of applause, please, for the Five Purple Oranges Foundation. Here comes Lavi Huang. And Lavi will be joining us to tell us Suite number 1 in G major, Prelude by J.S. Bach. We will let our many, many cellists clear the stage. And as we do, first I'd like to thank our raffle donors. If you took a look at all the fabulous prizes out there, our raffle donors today include the Be Optimal Salon, Belgian Chocolatier Piron, the Beanan School of Music at Northwestern University, Chicago Ballet Arts, Chicago Symphony Orchestra, Dance Center Evanston, which is celebrating its 30th year. I'm a Dance Center Evanston parent myself. Good on them for all the work they're doing. Downtown Evanston, Evanston Arts Center, Evanston Dance Ensemble, Evanston Symphony Orchestra, Teddy Kossoff Salon, Leonidas Maitre Chocolatier, Kathy Nordmeyer, Renee Parquette, and Theo Ubi Cabaret Theater. Now we're going to let these folks go, and we're going to bring out, we got duo piano coming up, so there's a lot of things to move around. While we do that, we have an exciting new part of the program, an exciting new endeavor for MIC, and that is our Teacher of Note Awards. So I'd like to invite back to the stage my friend and our president, Mark George, and our Community Music School Dean and my friend Emily Abraham to announce the first winners of the Teacher of Note Awards. So if Mark and Emily would come to the stage, we'll continue to strike these stools, and I'll be back with you in just a few minutes.
So great, right? So the inaugural Teachers of Note Awards represent, in my view, the collective experience and dedication and love that MIC teachers put into their teaching and their students, which you can hear. It's a very tangible thing. It's also an opportunity for people to participate, the staff, families, and their students, to show their appreciation and recognize their teachers. And this year, we could not have started with two better teachers. And to present the award, my colleague, Emily Abraham.
Hello, I am so honored to be giving Dr. Christina Tito and Bianca Avila Lopado the first Teacher of the Note Awards today. I'm going to begin with Dr. Tito.
award. It's a gift for me to be able to work in a school where I have so many wonderful colleagues, so many teachers that I've been admiring for a long time, and now I get to work with them. So that's really a great honor for me. I would like just to thank you, especially my students who are here today, and all the students, even the ones who are not here, but they're all just wonderful, wonderful people, wonderful families to work with. So I'm very, very thankful for you to voting and for your trust in my work. And I can see that you all work so hard. I'm so grateful for the work the families do with the students, helping them learn and develop in a nurturing and loving way. I would like to, of course, yesterday I was thinking about what I was going to say, and then I realized I've been teaching music now for 26 years. I know I started very early, I'm not old, but it's been a while. And actually, every student who I had the honor to teach in my whole life in Brazil and here in the United States made me the teacher I am today. So I'm grateful, and I keep learning every week. Every student I teach teaches me new things, new ways to show things, new ways to communicate. So it's really, as Christina said, a wonderful profession to work with. And I'm also grateful for my family who's far away from here, but since the beginning supported me, even when they were not sure if that was something that would lead me to have a real profession. But they still supported me from the beginning, so I'm very grateful for them too. And of course, for all my teachers and professors who inspired me and keep inspiring me to be a better teacher and a better cellist. So I'm just so thankful and thankful to you all here today for being supportive, so we can keep working with these young students to keep bringing wonderful music education to this area. Thank you so much.
I believe it was Leonard Bernstein who said public speaking is easy. Getting 30 grade school kids with cellos down 2 flights of stairs is hard. He didn't say that, but it's very hard. But I'm happy to announce that everyone got down the stairs with their instruments all in one piece. So it was a great accomplishment that just happened backstage. I told you we celebrate teachers today, and we sure did. If you haven't shared the link yet, micfamilies.swell.gives, please do so. And of course, between numbers, if you want to slip back out and purchase some more raffle tickets or do that right there at the link, you are welcome to do so. So, we said today is about sharing music, about making music with friends. What a better way to make music with friends than with 2 pianos. Now, I don't have 2 pianos like this at home. I don't have 1 piano like this at home. I got a piano, but it's not like this. But we're going to see 2 folks come out and play beautifully and virtuosically on these 2 pianos. Now, we are happy to have a wealth, an embarrassment of duo piano happening at MIC, thanks to our annual MIC Duo Piano Festival, and thanks to its founders, Ralph and Claire Nyween. So I would like to introduce the Jaloust Piano Duo, and that is Alison Jean and Johnny Faust, and they're going to come out right now, and they're going to play Argentine composer Astor Piazzolla's Soledad for 2 pianos. So if you could please put your hands together for Alison Jean and Johnny Faust. The Joust Piano Duo. Now, 2 pianos and 4 hands was a lot of fun. What if I told you 4 more hands? 4 more hands. You get a special treat today. We're gonna do an 8-hand piece. So we're gonna have the Joust come back out, and we're gonna add the Chloris Duo. Now, I really want to thank their coach, Soo Young Lee, for putting all this together. The Chloris Duo is Claire He and Chloe He. They'll be joined by Allison Jong and Johnny Faust, and they're going to be performing a piece that you know and that you're going to like very, very much. It's Peer Gynt Suite number 1, Opus 46 number 4, but you know it as In the Hall of the Mountain King. And look at the age variety up here who are all going to make this amazing music. Ladies and gentlemen, the Chloris Duo and the Joust. Claire He, Chloe He, Allison Jong, and Johnny Faust. 8 hands on piano. What if I told you we're going to bring out 2 more concert grands and 8 more hands? We're not going to do that. We're not going to do it. But wouldn't that be cool? That was marvelous, marvelous, marvelous. What we are going to bring out is a lawyer. A lawyer, you say? I told you there would be a diversity of backgrounds here. Well, David Zampa is an attorney, an MIC trustee, and a partner at Sidley Austin in their Chicago office. He has been recognized with the distinction of super lawyer. Like, there's an actual distinction. Super lawyer, capital S, capital L, for the better part of a decade, earning the respect of peers as one of the top attorneys in the nation. He is also a saxophonist. He is a student of David Fivecoat, and he will be joined by Elizabeth Vaughn on piano. So please, oh, and we're going to hear some Handel. This is Sonata number 3, Adagio. Please put your hands together for David Zampa on saxophone and Elizabeth Vaughn piano. David Zappa, super lawyer, outstanding saxophonist. All right, let's talk about the Csardas. The Csardas is a Hungarian folk dance, and it's based on an old Hungarian term, csarda, which means a tavern or a restaurant where the Csardas would be danced. And it's a folk dance, it's a social dance. There's men and there's women, they dance in it, and the women wear a big skirt, and as it picks up and they start to twirl, the skirts get really big and domey. So it's a folk form, but a lot of classical composers across the arts have worked in the Csardas form. Now there's two most famous Csardashes. One is the one that you hear at New Year's if you like opera, because Offenbach's Die Fledermaus has a Czardas in it. It's one of the big numbers in Die Fledermaus. And the other one was composed in 1904 by the Italian composer Vittorio Monti. And that's what you're about to hear on violin. So I'd like to introduce Julia Kim. She's a student of Sang-Mi Lee, and she is going to play Monti's Czardas on violin. Ladies and gentlemen, Julia Kim. Isn't Chardosh marvelous? You can hear the spinning skirt, can't you? It really, really does pick up. You know what else is marvelous is donating via the link on our page at MIC Families. So if you can head to that if you have not shared that link, please do. Raffle tickets are still on sale in the lobby and at the link, and of course you can donate in someone's name on our Swell page, micfamilies.swell.gives. All right, we talked about the Chardosh. We're moving, so we were in Hungary by way of Italy, and now we're moving to Poland for a little bit of Friedrich Chopin. This next number is known commonly as the Shepherd Boy, because there's a story that a student of Chopin was asking how to play the part. It's a difficult piece, what you're about to hear, because it's got some very rapid arpeggiation and it's got a lot of harmonic modulation. So someone said to Chopin, Maestro, what is this about? How do I play it? And he said, well, it's in my head when I composed it. It's about a shepherd boy and there's a storm. And he's afraid of the storm, so he hides and he takes out his flute. And he plays the flute to distract himself from the storm, to stave off the storm, so as the storm rages, the flute gets crazier until the storm finally parts. And the student said, Maestro, thank you, and then played it beautifully. Now, likely that story is not true, but isn't it lovely? And wouldn't it be lovely to hear that piece right now? So we are going to hear that piece, played by a student of Elaine Felder. It is Chopin's Etude in A-flat, Opus 25, number 1. If you want to know the official name, and it will be played by Helena Spricer. So please put your hands together for, on piano, Helena Spricer playing Chopin. Hello. Elena Spicer. I had a question. When you go through the QR code and it takes you to the link, there's a screen that pops up that asks for your name. You can X right out of that and go right to the page with the screen. So if anybody's confused about whether they need to sign up or get a code sent to them, you can X out of that page and move right through. The other thing a lot of people have asked me about is, do you have any more attorneys back there? And we do. I would like to introduce Audra Wilson, who is an MIC trustee and president and CEO at the Shriver Center on Poverty Law. Audra has been a champion for racial and economic justice for more than 20 years as a public interest lawyer and teacher, a policy shaper, a community mobilizer, and experienced executive manager. And she is a lifelong student of piano. She currently studies with Dr. Daniel Baer here at MIC. So playing Brahms Intermezzo Opus number 118, here is Audra Wilson. Marvelous, marvelous. We haven't had a guitar yet today, have we? Time for guitar, I think. Armin Norton is going to join us on stage in just a moment, and he has performed on previous Families in Concert programs, and I think it's wonderful to see the progress year over year. We're going to watch his growth, and today he is going to play a piece by a mid-19th century Florentine composer, Matteo Carcassi. It is Etude Opus 60, number 7. While we get things taken care of, perhaps I can take a moment to thank our institutional supporters. So these are annual institutional supporters that we'd like to thank, including the Thomas W. Dower Foundation, the Paul Gavin Memorial Foundation, the John R. Halligan Charitable Fund, the Irving Harris Foundation, Illinois Tool Works, ITW, the Nagani Foundation, the John D. and Alexandra C. Nichols Family Foundation, Northern Trust, and the Sargent Family Foundation, and many others. So thank you to our annual institutional supporters. And now I think it is time to give a big round of applause for Armin Norton on guitar. So wonderful to have Armin back with us on stage at another Families in Concert, and great to hear his progress. Just remarkable, remarkable player. Our next player is Irina Liu. She's a student of Julie Bickle, and she's a member of the Virtuoso Strings. So if you remember the Virtuoso Strings, that's a group that's frequently affiliated with the Music Institute of Chicago, and it's 20 to 30 Suzuki string players who play all the greats. They play Bach and Vivaldi, and Mozart, and Beethoven and Brahms, but they also play newer material and material across borders and sounds and ethnospheres. She is going to play for us Joseph Hector Fiocco's Allegro. I'll let this get out of the way before I bring her on. While we're moving this piano, I do have other folks that I could thank. We have our government supporters. So we have the Highland Park Community Foundation, the Evanston Arts Council, a city agency supported by the city of Evanston, the Illinois Arts Council, which is a state agency in Illinois, and the National Endowment for the Arts, a federal agency. So we got our boxes covered, but thanks to those government agencies for their support of Music Institute of Chicago and of Families in Concert. All right, friends, if we could please give a big round of applause for Irina Liu. All right, we are getting perilously close to the pulling of the names for the raffle. So if you've been sitting there going, should I get more raffle tickets? Yes, the answer is yes. You should get more raffle tickets, and you should go get them right now and tell the folks watching online that the raffle is almost up. All right, the next piece we're going to hear, it is for piano. It is by a composer who is two things that far too few composers are, and that is a woman and alive. But it is by Martha Mayer, who is a Floridian, an American living in Florida now, and who has composed a piece called Persistent Rhythm. And that piece is going to be played by a Suzuki piano student, who is a student of Dr. Christina Teo, who received one of our awards earlier in the afternoon. So, if we would please welcome to the stage, Avery Tim on piano. All right, up next is our Suzuki Violin Ensemble. It might take a little bit for them to come out here, but I would like to read their names for you. Hey, if you stick around a little bit longer, at the end of the evening, you get a cookie from our friends at Bon Bon Bakery, so I hope you will stick around and get your sweet treat from those folks. Led by Ashley Penzinger-Salk, the Suzuki Violin Ensemble includes the following folks. We're going to see Guhan Chandramouli, Leo Penzinger-Salk, Alisar Slifo, Anna Somin, Jacob Jo, and they're going to be performing a gavotte by Johann Sebastian Bach, and just in time for Halloween, it's Halloween somewhere still, right? We're going to hear Paganini's Witch's Dance. So, let us please welcome to the stage our Suzuki Violin Ensemble. We've gone all this time today and we haven't mentioned the Academy yet. I stand in awe of the Music Institute of Chicago Academy, which is our pre-college training program for pianists and string players who intend to become professional musicians. This is a nationally recognized training program for really students who come here, who move here, who travel great distances to study with the excellent faculty at the Academy. And so we're going to hear some of them today. We're going to hear the Academy Piano Trio, Trio Scuro. I love their name, Trio Scuro. Their coaches are Elaine Felder and Stefan Cartman. And tonight we're going to hear Ming-Chi Jia on violin, Simon Updegraff on cello, and Ethan Zhang on piano. They're going to be playing Beethoven's Piano Trio in E-flat major. So, here from our Academy, the Academy Piano Trio, Trio Scuro. talent. You are surrounded by the Music Institute of Chicago Chorale, conducted by Maestro Daniel Wallenberg, and we're about to hear Gregory Schifrin on collaborative piano. I'd like to introduce these folks as they make their way to the stage. But our soprani include Roberta Berry, Sharon Bussell, Roberta Cooper-Meyer, Miriam Davidson, Bridget Forelli, Marcia Kazarinsky, Susan McCracken, Margaret McDonald, Carla Owens, Lynn Vogel and Michelle Vogel, as well as Ruth Ann Schallert-Weigel and Karen Sconser. Our altos are Dawn Fraze, Maureen Hickey, Andrea Katz, Carol Leiner, Abby Rudolph, and Ann Silberman. Our tenors include Jeff Collins, Michael Greider, and Zamanu Ziskin, and our basses are Jonathan Dunmore, Timothy Ma, Aaron Roberts, and John Tingley. Now, I have been waiting all weekend for this next piece. We have heard masterpieces from across the centuries all day, but nothing is sweeter to my ears than new music. And we're about to hear a new piece whose composer is not only living, but with us in this room and about to sing on the piece. This piece was composed by Ruth Ann Schallert-Weigel, a member of the Music Institute of Chicago Chorale, and we will be hearing her piece, which is called How Love Returns, in just a moment. So here is Music Institute of Chicago Chorale, led by Maestro Daniel Wallenberg, performing Ruth Ann Schallert-Weigel's How Love Returns. new work by the Music Institute of Chicago Chorale. All right, folks, we are near the end of the concert, and it is time to pull the raffle packages. As a matter of fact, they have already been pulled. I haven't looked at the list yet. We are all Schrodinger's raffle winners right now. You are all the winners. You're all not the winners at the moment until we read the list. If I read your name for the 4 big packages, just raise your hand, and we will bring the gift right to you. The other prizes will be written on signage in the lobby, so when you head out there, you may see that you have already won. All right, the raffle winners have been selected at random. The first package, a Sweet Symphony, valued at close to $400. And we want to thank Kathy Nordmeyer for her assistance in putting the package together. Kathy Nordmeyer did so much for us to make this happen today. Kathy, thank you very much. All right, what does the Sweet Symphony include? 2 tickets to the Chicago Symphony Orchestra, 1 pound of chocolate from Leonidas Maitre Chocolatier on Central here in Evanston, $175 Chicago Ballet Arts gift certificate, and 1 bottle of La Bastide Saint-Dominique Chateauneuf du Pape. That's a heck of a prize. And the winner of this prize is Renee Hoff.
Oh my God.
Ah! Here comes your prize, Renee. My friend Emma's right here with your prize. Congratulations. Very exciting. All right. Our next prize, a Symphony of Indulgence valued at $350. Tickets to the Beanon School of Music Winter Chamber Music Festival. If you have not yet heard music or seen things in the new Beanon building on the lake, just entering the building is a prize unto itself. Belgian Chocolatier Perron on Main Street in Evanston has added to the package, and there is 1 bottle of Telegram Chateauneuf du Pape 2011. And the winner of the Symphony of Indulgence, Oksana Pugach. Congratulations, Oksana. Lose yourself in luxury, valued at $200. Thank you to Renee Parquette for her assistance with this package and for everything that Renee did to make today happen. Thank you so much. This includes a Teddy Kossoff Salon basket and a St. Joseph Appellation St. Joseph Protégé white wine. And the winner of Lose Yourself in Luxury, Lori Orgel. Right back here. Congratulations, Lori. Experience Evanston, valued at $650, including packages from the following organizations: Dance Center Evanston, Downtown Evanston, Evanston Arts Center, Evanston Dance Ensemble, Evanston Symphony Orchestra, and Theo Ubik Cabaret Theater. And the winner is Victor Mendoza. Where are you, Victor? Congratulations. The arts key to the city of Evanston in your hand. Congratulations. And head out and look at those boards. You may be a winner of the other prizes that will be located on signage. As we learned from the chorale, the voice is also a spectacular instrument. Evie Sue is here, a student of the marvelous Barbara Ann Martin. She sang last year with her sister Jaden at Families in Concert and at our gala, and she is here solo tonight. We get to appreciate this instrument. And we are going to hear from her, the American folk song Shenandoah. Everyone loves that song, Oh Shenandoah, arranged by Jay Althouse. And I Know Things Now from Into the Woods by Stephen Sondheim, who you may know was our 2012 MIC Dushkin Award winner, the late, great composer, lyricist, Stephen Sondheim. So here we go, folks. Evie Sue.
Oh, Shenandoah, I long to hear you been shown before. Do not put your faith in a cape and a hood. They will not protect you the way that they should. And take extra care with strangers. Even flowers have their dangers. And though scary is exciting, nice is different than good. Now I know, don't be scared. Granny is right, just be prepared. Isn't it nice to know a lot? And a little bit not.
Wow. A perfect ending to a wonderful day. When Stephen Sondheim was here 10 years ago at our gala, he said that without the love and the skills of talented teachers and the enthusiasm of young learners, music does not continue. So thank you to you. Thank you to our committee chairs. Thank you to our benefactors. Thank you for our institutional benefactors. To all of you who gave today, to all the parents, to all the teachers, to the students, and to our volunteers and staff for making today possible and for making high-quality music education accessible. I would like to invite all the artists who are still here onto the stage for one final bow. We're going to get some photographs, and then we're going to get our cookies on the way out from Bon Bon Bakery. Folks, thank you very much. Artists, come on out. Come on up. Come on out.